Hi there. So here's alternate nostril breathing. This is what we started our 20-minute practice with today. So this is a little bit of a breakdown. Welcome. Have a seat with me. Sit on a block or prop yourself up with a pillow, something where you can get your hips a little bit higher than your feet. I have this yoga block under my bum. That allows me to sit tall so that I can fully get into the nervous system. So we have a couple of sides of the nervous system. And really when you kind of work in this, you want to imagine there's this, you don't even have to imagine it, it is an energetic channel that runs along the right side of your spine. And there's an energetic channel that runs along the left side of your spine. All right, now these are controlled, and if you haven't heard this before, this is going to be really interesting, but every 2 to 2.5 hours, you go from being dominant in the right nostril to the left nostril. It switches back and forth about every 2 to 2.5 hours-ish throughout the day. And it does matter which nostril is more active. So I want you to think about it like this. So you have your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and digest mode. All right, that's when your body's calm, you feel safe, you feel able to relax and rest easily. Then you have your fight or flight mode, and that's your sympathetic nervous system. And that is, you're on alert, you can react in a second if you need to. Also, you're usually maybe very active, and during your sympathetic nervous system activation, your left nostril is likely to be more active during this time, all right? And during the parasympathetic nervous system, when you're in rest and digest mode, your, let's see, did I say that backwards? Okay, let me do this again. So your parasympathetic nervous system controls the right side of the brain and your left nostril. That's right. That's your rest and digest. And your fight or flight is the right nostril and the left side of the brain. Okay, so it crosses over here, crosses like an X. And so let's say you want to be in rest and digest mode, but your head is like spinning and you can't stop. You've been there, I've been there. Probably today I've been there already. And one of the things that we can do to control that, and we actually can control the energy in our bodies, is alternate nostril breathing. So if I am breathing more through my right side nostril, it's going to activate the left side of my brain, my sympathetic nervous system, my fight or flight mode. So let's say you sit down to eat a meal and you notice that your left side nostril is more active. It would be conducive to breathe in through the right and out through the left. Just a few times. Because in fight or flight, your digestion will amp up a little bit. Now let's say you want to go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep, and here you are, and here are the thoughts, and you can't turn them off, and you're wound up. A hack is breathe in through the left side to activate and exhale through the right. Your rest and digest response. Now, I do work with private clients a lot. I work with private clients a lot on, usually people need more activation in the rest and digest or the parasympathetic nervous system to try to activate that more than they do the fight or flight. And one of the things that they say is this left nostril breathing really helps. What I encourage them to do is that when they can't fall asleep and they have the swirling thoughts and just can't get into that rest and digest mode, that they do 12 rounds of left nostril breathing. With the eyes closed and attention on the breath. And what they say is, they usually do 12 rounds and they don't remember anything afterwards. They just assume that they laid back down and went back to sleep. And I know that's worked for me as well. So if you ever encounter that, you have a little hack. So I encourage you to try it out. But for the sake of this alternate nostril breathing, what we're really doing is bringing the rest and digest and the fight or flight into balance. All right, that's going to give you some equanimity. That's going to release some of the tension. It's going to release some of the stress and the anxiety and get you into like more of a, like when they say level-headed, literally a level-headed space, where you have both sides of the nose, both sides of the brain active so that you're level-headed, that you can think really well, and you can access calm, equanimity. Equanimity is kind of where we're going for, right? So here's how we do that. A couple of ways you can do this, but one, fold the first two fingers in, and we're going to use the thumb and the ring finger to breathe. Second way you can do this is you can put these two fingers right between your eyebrows, activate your third eye, and still use the thumb and the ring finger. So choose one of those, doesn't matter which one, and here we go. We're going to close off that right nostril, and we always start by inhaling through the left. And then before you get to 90%, like 80-85%, hold your breath. Then switch. And when you switch, you want to exhale and make the exhale really long and smooth. That's right. And then inhale. And there's a little pause. Then we'll switch and exhale. And then after we exhale, big long exhale, inhale again. And hold. Now, if you're like, oh, but I'm struggling with my breath a little bit, less inhale, more exhale. It's counterintuitive what your brain thinks. Your brain's like, no, I need more. Don't need more. Let's exhale. In fact, one of the reasons why typically our society is a little more anxious maybe than we've ever been, or at least that's what the statistics say. Breathe in through the right. Hold the breath. And a lot of it is because people aren't fully exhaling. Switch, exhale, left. Now we're gonna end here. You can do as many rounds as you wish and just keep going. In, hold, out. In, hold, out. And that's literally one. In, hold, out. In, hold, out. So you always start inhaling through the left and then exhaling through the left to end. What else? One more thing. So if you ever feel like you're a little bit lightheaded, or a little bit, you need a little grounding, you're not centered and focused, more exhale. So when you inhale a little less, exhale a little more. You start to feel the anxiety come up, inhale less. Exhale more. Inhale less. Exhale more. That's it. Excellent. Keep working on that. Again, leave any questions or comments down in the comments and hit subscribe, because I'll be coming with more practices like this, more teacher tips, more tips and hacks for athletes and dedicated students. So I'll see you again soon.